Hello and welcome to another Shining Moments. Today we will be working with Kelsey Stratton, and I'm so excited for you to meet her. She is so much fun, and she just brings a light and joy to the world, and I loved our interview together. So with that, take it away. Did you know that beauty is all around us? It's not just in nature or in music, but it's in each of us, women and mothers too. And I'm not just talking about outward appearance. I believe that beauty is as unique as each of us are. God created each of us to have our own individual fingerprint, so to speak, with unique characteristics, strengths, and even ways that we do things. No two mothers are exactly alike, and that is a good thing. We can value our own individual flair and not compare ourselves to anyone else. But what makes women extra beautiful is the synergy we gain from gathering together. When we encourage each other, learn from and with each other, value ourselves and contribute our own special light while graciously receiving others' light as well, work hard together, include each other, and love God together, there really is a power that is unmatched and, dare I say, holy. I love getting to know different women and seeing how they mother in their own way, and I am uplifted and inspired by their example. And this is why I have created the Shining Moments segments each month on my podcast. Whether you mother in big or quiet ways, whether you feel like a hot mess or organized and trucking away, you have a beautiful story and an incredible light that shines for others to see and glorify God. If you are ready to share your story and your light, reach out and let me know. It would be amazing to have you on the show. For now, thank you for joining me as we are inspired by yet another radiant mother. All right, Kelsey, welcome to the show.
Wasn't that an
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Kelsey has a special light that I've loved.
She's with me in person for those of you listening. And she and I live in the same small town, and it's awesome because
they each
we
have a
met
special
through
love.
a group
And
of ladies
because
who
of that,
are trying to share
they
their
have a special gift
testimonies
from
online
God to help them.
And we decided
to love
why
their
not meet in
families
person
in their
since
own
we're all in
special
the
way, as
same
well as to
city.
contribute to the world.
And so we decided to have
Kelsey
a meetup.
has
and
contributed
we met,
in so many ways,
week?
right? She's helped
so.
in the
Was it
NICU, helping
yes,
little
last
babies
week,
learn
last
how to
week.
breathe.
And
She helps
it was
with
just it
providing
filled our
vacation
cups up. It was
spots
so
so people can
wonderful.
enjoy their time when they
and,
come visit here. She
I
helps with her family to help each individual know of their own beauty.
Reached out
and
and
how
said,
to
"You want to come
cultivate
on
and
and
let
share
that
your story
shine,
with
especially
us?"
her
And here we are.
neurodivergent son.
You know those things that go
And
wrong in your
I
life,
love that
and then
she
it's like
even
meant to
shares
be.
her life on
So
social
my daughter
media, too.
totally left a turtle
And with us.
in nursery, and she got
I
it back
think
for
it's
me,
so important for each of us
I'm
to
grateful
know
I could come here and
we
get a turtle.
each
and
have
get
our
back.
own
Yay.
life.
It's
And
so
it's gonna
cool.
look a
It's
little
like meant to be.
different, kind of like
Yes.
that crayon
I
analogy
love how
mentioned.
things work out,
And that's
the way
important
they should,
that
in
it's
ways
different.
That benefit us too.
And it's important for us to
So,
recognize
tell us
that
a little
difference
bit
and
about
cultivate
you
it
and your
and
family
grow it.
and all of that.
So
Great,
if
yeah.
you
So
are
I'm
interested in learning more
Kelsey
about how
Stratton.
all of this
I
works and
grew up here in southern
want
Utah,
to follow me more,
and I love it.
you can go check out my
sometimes I think I wanna
Instagram.
leave,
It's
and we're
at
still here.
Shine Mommy Shine.
But it's like the
with
best place
that,
to raise
I'm
a
sending you
family.
lots of love, sweet mama. Take
Degree-wise, I have a degree in respiratory therapy. I actually work in the NICU at the hospital, and I've cut back hours, so now I only work a couple of times a month, and which is great to be home with kids, but still get that little taste of work life.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's the best job in the world, and I love taking care of those little babies. I help make sure they're breathing, so I can put them on a vent and all the things. So it's amazing. Me and my husband also we've done a couple different businesses, which has been amazing, way out of our comfort zone, but I wouldn't change it for the world. We can build custom homes, and we also do some vacation rentals, which has been fun creative outlet for me and my husband, and I have 4 children, ages 10 all the way down to 3 months old. Yeah, I have a newborn baby, which she is so fun. I love the baby stage. It's amazing. They're so cute.
I saw her last week, and she was so adorable.
She's so fun. I love that age. She's like 3 months right now. I'm like, oh, I love it. I love the 3 to 6 months range.
Yeah.
I wish the first year sometimes went by half as fast because they're so fun. But
yes, they change so much in that first year too. So
yes, I love it. But
awesome.
I am naturally probably like a fun mom. Like that's, if you could describe me in one word, it's just fun.
Yeah.
I love, probably people think I'm probably too fun sometimes. But I love it. I love getting my kids out and taking them out on adventures, and it's been amazing to live here in this area where there is so much outdoor things to do.
What's your go-to fun thing?
Oh, I love being in the water. Swimming or boating. We actually took our kids out boating yesterday, and it was like the first time with the baby, and now I'm an adult, so I feel like I have to, like, now I have to drive the boat and unload the boat. Like, I grew up boating, and like I'm like, this is like intimidating, so I was a little anxious, and like to teach my kids like real life lessons out there, like, hey, I want you to help like us visualize and celebrate how good it feels to drive the boat, launch the boat, or drive right back up onto the trailer, because my husband backs of the trailer, and I have to like drive it up. And I was feeling kind of anxious with a baby and all my kids and driving it up. I'm like, let's see. And so we were like all celebrating, which was so good and powerful to teach those lessons in person, and do it even though it's scared and hard. And
I love it. I love that you can find learning lessons and fun at the same time. I think for me, I enjoy learning lessons and teaching lessons, but mine are more on like the emotional intelligence kind of thing, and sometimes they're super important and necessary for my family, so I don't want to diminish that work, but at the same time I like learning from you, for example, and to say, there's a way to still have learning and fun together, and so finding those ways to do it, it's super helpful.
Yeah, it's been enjoyable. But yeah, I have 1 boy and 3 girls.
Wow.
So yes, they are.
And your boy's the oldest?
My boy's the oldest.
And 3.
And I've learned the power of raising a kid that is neurodiverse, and even recognizing that in myself. And it's been such a powerful, wonderful, hard, amazing journey that I want to change for the world. So it's been amazing.
For those of you who don't know what it means, neurodivergence, it's a broad term that's used for anyone who thinks a little differently than the quote-unquote norm. So some of the potential diagnoses that may fall into that are autism, ADHD, anxiety, things like that are more mental focused, and they just have different ways of learning about life if they fit into this category of neurodivergence. And so I would love to have this time on this episode with you talking about being a mom of someone who thinks a little differently than the quote-unquote norm. And it's so fun. So tell me, like, as you first recognized that this was going to be a different kind of path for you, that you would mother in a slightly different way than maybe what you grew up thinking you would mother like, what was that like for you?
It was definitely like 180, totally different than I expected. What was that poem you shared? It was so beautiful.
Welcome to Holland.
Welcome to Holland, where you think you're going to Italy, and then boom, here you are in Holland, which is beautiful. But yeah, a different pace. And it's, when I look back at it, I totally believe God knew exactly what he was doing, giving me a child he's both on the spectrum and ADHD. So this beautifully unique child that I feel like sometimes the rest of the world probably sees their flaws. I think that's very common just in the natural world thing, where people see their flaws so easy and so written, but there's so much beauty in there that is so amazing, so much locked up potential that it like makes me want to shout from the rooftops to everyone, like, you're all geniuses, you're all amazing. There's so much good, because I've learned that too, like, I've called it the law of polarity, or is one way I've learned, or just opposition. We all have our good things, and we all have our traits that people think are bad too. Which are honestly, it's just beautiful. We're all so amazing. And the things that I have learned being a mom to a neurodiverse kid is life-changing. It's really softened me for the better. It's really helped me grow so much and learn the power of being calm. So usually I'm probably more of a uptight parent, but there was a time, like, my boy's main symptom is he has a really hard time managing his emotions. He's so smart. This kid, he has every single country memorized.
Wow.
Every single capital and all their flags.
At 10 years old, that's amazing.
He just taught himself that. He just loves it. He gets, like, so hyper-focused on something, and he comes up with the coolest things. And I feel like some people will just, like, maybe see him the first time and not think anything of it, or other times, like, when he's in an outburst, thinking, like, what's up with this kid? Like, there's a story the other day. He was swimming, and he was upset about something. I'm not 100% sure what it was about, but he was heightened. Like, his emotions were to the extreme. And normally, naturally, probably be like, hey, stop that, like, kind of yelling back at him. And I realized you cannot fight fire with fire. I've heard it called different things, but I've learned that this was like a huge parenting change for me, where I jumped into the pool and I just grabbed him and I held him. And he's a big kid, like, he was 9 at the time. And I think he thought, oh no, I'm in trouble because I'm having an outburst, which I think they just get so overstimulated.
Sure.
You know how that is with. Yeah. And I just kind of held him, and I just shushed him a little bit. And I said, I got you. And I was so calm, which I feel like is not normal for me. But his, like, temperament just came down and, like, met mine. And it was so powerful to just see that moment of being calm, but firm, like holding him. And sometimes I feel like that's how God parents us sometimes. Like, he's not sitting there yelling at us all the time, like, pull it together. Yeah. Calm down. For sure. And he has boundaries with us. He's firm. He's kind. But yeah, he loves us so much. And I feel like when we're calm, we feel that from him so much. And it was just powerful to be able to show that to my child and co-regulate with him.
I love that so much because, you know, mothering is so unique and so different. I have 2 neurodivergent, no, I should say 3, because one of my children has ADHD on its own. And so sometimes she isn't brought up in the same conversation, but neurodivergence is in our family for sure. And we have learned that parenting with each child is different, and parenting each child in unique, different circumstances is different. And so that can feel overwhelming all on its own. How am I supposed to show up in this scenario? Is it supposed to look like that other scenario, or is it supposed to be its own individual thing? Do I show up firm here, or do I show up flexible here? Do I show gentle, or do I show strong? And with each circumstance, it's a new playing board. And so what I love about motherhood is we're never meant to be alone. We are always connected to our heavenly parents and to the Holy Ghost. And the more we recognize that and allow for it, instead of thinking we have to do it all ourselves, when we allow for the Spirit to guide us, like you felt, all of a sudden there can be calm in the middle of the storm. And there can be direction and guidance that you can act on instantaneously and have it be the very thing that is needed. And because you aren't meant to know everything, you're learning, you're human, you're in this experience for the first time. Like, it's okay for you to not know everything. It's just like the reality. But at the same time, you're not meant to be alone in it either. Like, you have the guidance from the scriptures, from our heavenly parents in personal revelation, and from the Spirit right there in the very moment. And so to say, like, I knew what to do for my son and I was there for him the exact way he needed it, that shows right there how much your Heavenly Father loves you and wanting you to feel confident in your mothering, as well as how much he loves your son too, and wanted your son to feel loved and accepted and safe to work through his emotions right there too. You know?
Oh, I love that you said safe, because that's another thing I've learned as a parent, is the power of being safe for your kid to come to you no matter what.
Yeah.
And that's what our Heavenly Father does. Like, he doesn't shun you when you're coming, like, I'm so mad, or, you know, this was so hard, or I feel so irritated, or whatever emotion that I used to think were, like, bad maybe growing up.
Sure.
Are actually, like, just being a safe place and taking care of me so that I can be a safe place for my kids to come to.
Yeah.
Because it's so powerful if they feel safe and know and learn how to manage their emotions, and having a safe place to regulate, it's huge. It's huge for them.
Yeah.
Especially later in life.
Yeah, for sure. Before we pressed record, you were talking about helping, especially your son, but I'm sure all 4 of your kids, learn about what makes them unique in a way that empowers them, that helps them see their greatness, as well as learn how to cultivate it to become the highest potential that God is made available to them, which is limitless, right? So tell me more about your thoughts about that. How do you see your children with this divine potential, and how do you help them see it and help them nurture it and grow it?
Oh, I have a little bit of a story that this brings up. I had someone the other day, me and my husband build homes. So this is kind of side note, but we build homes, and we built our own personal home. And sometimes I feel like intimidated when someone comes over, you know, like, oh, what are they going to think? And this lady I met, it was the nicest compliment I've ever heard. She came, dropped her daughter off at her house, and later I met up with her, and she's like, your home is so beautiful. She's like, I wish everyone could see it. So we live on like a dead end street, not very many people drive down there. She's like, that house needs to be seen. Everyone should see it. And it like just, that was like the nicest compliment. And I thought the same thing, where how often do we tell people that with their personalities, with their gifts?
Yeah.
Like, you have this amazing gift. It is meant to be seen. It's meant to be shared. It's not meant to hide. And to be in that right frame of mind, instead of, you know, jealous or, well, look at them thriving, I'm not, or the comparison or whatever. And it's finding these unique gifts. Like, I believe everyone is a genius. They all have their unique abilities, their unique, I just want to shout it to the rooftops. Like, the worth of souls is so great in the sight of God, and being able to see that in other people. So I look at that as my children. Like, we all have our strengths and weaknesses, every one of us, but taking those and letting them shine, knowing they are such a good worth. And like my daughter, she is so good at recognizing, like, hey, this person needs to be included. Like, sometimes I'm just like doing the next thing. She's like, no, this person needs this. And it's just very aware, and what a strength that is. And being able to point that out to my children, like, that was amazing. And naming, like, this is what you did that was so powerful and so good, and recognizing those strengths that they have. It's just powerful, I feel like, and to be able to tell them to grow that, expound it. And like, you can use this for good, especially in your adult life. My kids are young still, but just being able to compliment them and say, keep growing this. It's so beautiful. People need to see this. Don't hide.
So good. I love it so much. So my 13-year-old has both, she's on the spectrum, and she has pretty strong social anxiety. And she's really, really good at zoning in on something she's interested in and good at, and like mastering it. And so when you see her doing something, she does it really, really well. Like, just a little while ago, I encouraged her to just practice drawing. And if you can see, if it's a video, she just turned on a YouTube video and tried to draw this tiger.
It's awesome.
Out of nowhere. I was blown away. Like, I can draw maybe a stick figure tiger and have it look not like a sloth, but like it looks gorgeous to me. But there are times when it can be a struggle for her to recognize that as a strength because it's not as far as she'd like it to be. Like, oh, but the snout was too short, or the shading wasn't quite right or something. And what's so amazing as the mother, our opportunity is to show them the love right here, right now, as well as the potential for further too. And I think that's something our Heavenly Parents do so well. Like, I love you right here where you mess up, where you struggle, where you're trying your best, because in this moment I can see your effort and your perseverance and your grit, and it's amazing and it's beautiful. I also can see who you are becoming, and that is someone that you're going to be so excited to be someday, but don't feel like you need to be there today. Enjoy who you are today in that same process. And your uniqueness is so important and beautiful, but you don't need to be amazing at it. You just need to be you and to appreciate the journey of who you are now, as well as tomorrow and next week and 5 years from now, you know?
Oh, that is beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that perspective.
It's huge, right?
Yeah, just finding joy in the journey right now.
Yeah.
And how important it is to be present. But also, I've learned kind of where, I don't know if this is the best wording, but like always grateful for where you are right now, but never content. Like you know, there's more growth, and knowing that you can keep going, but being grateful right now for what you have and what's coming in the future. It's so beautiful.
For sure. I shared this analogy in a past episode about the box of crayons, and I love it so much. In fact, as we're talking, the size of the box expanded for me. And I no longer saw one red, one yellow, one green, but I saw maybe 10 yellows and all of different hues, you know. And in this box of crayons, there is, like, it's beautiful because no two crayons look exactly alike. They all serve their own purpose. Maybe they're similar, but they're different enough to capture a slightly different need. And if one of them was missing, or if it was broken to the point of not being able to use it, the picture would not be complete. And I think in the process of the creation of the world, it's ongoing until Christ comes, right? And even after. It is so important that we show up and get to know our hue, our color, and understand where it's meant to be applied, where our contribution is meant to be, and to develop ourselves enough so that we can share our light in that special way. Because through each of our own contributions, others can find Christ better. Like a stained glass window, so to speak, where you think about a stained glass window is beautiful because it has many colors, and there is a picture that is conveyed through the many colors. But there's only one source of light that comes through, and that light is from Christ. And when we are that peace, and we shine our peace, and we open it for the world to see, the picture's complete, and it's beautiful, you know? So I love that in this particular setting with your 4 kids, and showing them, look at your beauty, look at what you have to contribute, and like welcome it, appreciate it, but then also cultivate and develop it. That will only help everyone else so much more too, where we can all benefit from their hues of color, so to speak.
I love that, because I feel like when my boy was first diagnosed, I didn't know what to do. I felt like so alone, and I realized that the more I started kind of putting myself out there, the more help came of how to parent him and how to help these kids, and it overall has helped me in my overall parenting. It's been amazing the journey that's come, but I did have to feel like I put myself out there and let me shine, and then the more I do, the more help that comes. It's been amazing from all over. I just love hearing everyone's stories, and it is common to have a neurodiverse kid, where before I used to feel just so lonely.
Yeah.
And so, I don't know, I almost felt picked on, or like a victimized of having a victim mindset, where no, it's amazing, the growth and beauty behind all this of going through what I thought was actually really hard is actually, it's actually beautiful. Like God knew what he was doing, you know. It's amazing.
Oh, this is so great. And I could talk with you all day, because I say this a lot, but I seriously love every conversation. And Kelsey, you have such a beautiful heart, and I love how your goal is to bring more beauty and to help others with their beauty to keep shining and contributing. So let me ask you, what to you makes you beautiful?
I think I am fun-loving, and I'm always up for an adventure. I don't know if everyone thinks that's beautiful, but I do, like, because it makes me, I feel like it heightens me when I get out there. It fills my cup. I love meeting people and the fun that I bring to the table. I do think it's a gift. I used to think, I'm too much. And then realizing, God made me exactly how I am. And I am meant to be like that, and to be that fun, bubbly person, and, host a party, to get people out so they can meet each other. There's just so much good, where sometimes the world views that as a bad thing. But no, it's a gift, like I said. With everyone has their good and bads, and I think it's beautiful being fun.
Yes, wholeheartedly yes. And I know that we all have things that make us beautiful, but not everybody is meant to see that as beautiful, because we all have our own place in the eternal puzzle. We're not meant to be on the other side of the board. We're meant to be in this place. And so the people around us that we're meant to influence and to be influenced by, that's where our beauty shines the best, And I know for me, I appreciate fun people because I want to have fun, but it's not natural for my mind to cultivate fun. I welcome it, and I participate in it, but to naturally think, what can make this fun, that doesn't come to my mind first. And so I really value that aspect of you a lot.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. So good. So then the second question is, how do you let your light shine?
I've been able to nail down my why. There was a really hard time I went through a couple years ago, where I just felt like left and right, it was all coming at me, things I never expected to go through in life, and really hard things. And I remember sitting in church one day, and I'm not one that usually feels like these, words come to my mind or whatever, but I literally heard this, and it said, "Give light." And that is my motto. And I believe it's the light of Christ, totally. I love the stained glass analogy. That is beautiful. And I do feel like that. I'm supposed to give light. And I know that you've been putting out on social media. I'm just barely starting, and it's intimidating, but I do feel like there's so much light to give, and to start spreading that, even if it's on social media, even if it's just to your neighbor next door, to your kids, to these neurodiverse kids. Just give them light, and they feel that coming from you, and it will help them give that light too.
For sure. That is so good. And sometimes we can get overwhelmed. There's so much light that is needed, especially right now, because when we go out into the world, it can feel dark at times. And so when we have light within us and we want to give it, but it just feels so dark at times, it feels daunting. How can I hope to make a difference when it's so much that is needed? And I love that God reminds us over and over again, line upon line, one little step at a time. Don't run faster than you have strength. And I am with you always. Those reminders help it just stay, you are enough. Just take the next step and do what you are feeling prompted to do. And that is enough. And that is good. And that is needed. And just keep taking one step at a time,
Oh, I love that you shared that earlier. Because I'm like, how did you learn how to do a podcast? This is amazing. And you're like, line upon line. And I'm like, That's true. I feel like at first, no matter what goal we have, we're all kind of winging it at first. Everyone that's even you think are amazing geniuses putting this out there, they just start like that. They just start. They don't really know. It's scary at first.
Right.
They don't necessarily know what they're doing, but I feel like you start and then God's going to steer you exactly where you're supposed to go. And I love that you're sharing light by doing this podcast doing social media and putting the coaching. It's amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Thank you all for listening, and we'll catch you again on another one. Take care.
You know what? I sure hope you felt uplifted and edified and inspired by this episode. It warms my heart in so many ways to hear that you feel of your incredible worth and beauty through my messages. I'd love for you to go over to Apple Podcasts and take a minute to share what this means to you. It actually helps others to find me too. Also, if you know of anyone who could use a little boost to their day, please share this episode with them. You could do it by adding it to your stories on social media, tagging me at Shine Mommy Shine, or by copying the link to this episode and texting it to that special someone who could use a little extra pep to their step. Sending you lots of love, sweet mama. Take care.